on the edge of my seat thinking about that Lukashino-Josic game. Two very, very talented players coming up against each other, and I'm sure it will go far in the tournament. But all in all, we do have another game. Not actually sure of the players that will be competing. I was keeping my eyes out for a lot of these guys. I'm not sure if one of them will go onto the main stage, but I'm sure we'll have another fight.
I'm hoping we're going to get the winner brackets, but we're not, because that is Hortygoose. Hortygoose, who was the man that took it to 3 games actually against Albaca early on. So I was stood behind watching that one. Kind of fell apart in game 3, but had a solid first 2 games overall. But you can see he's using Lukaku up front once again. Something we've seen fairly regularly here. Hazard as well on the left wing there. Vidal in the middle, standard sort of stuff. Pogba coming into it. A couple of Man United guys in there as well. So something we've come to get used to, as well as the old Alaba and Boateng combo. Using De Gea in goal, though. I think it's the first time we've ever seen De Gea in goal.
Yeah, a lot of Manuel Neuer, of course, for obvious reasons, but he's got that Premier League, Bundesliga mix, the hybrid, and he'll be going up against Jeppstar again from Sweden, 24 years of age. And yeah, this is the loser bracket, and of course, loser bracket means one thing: you lose here, you go home with nothing. Looking at the squad, he's got a nice array on the bench there, we'll get to, but he's also got Martial, Ibra. Again, a lot of Premier League stars. Fellaini makes it in as well, Luke Shaw. In fact, there's a lot of Manchester United here coming through.
Yeah, something
checking that's all
you're
Premier
probably
League.
quite happy to see. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Man United players in there. Wow.
Full Premier League squad, it is.
Yeah,
But yeah, he's got the centre, the core, of course, coming in from
Zlatan.
Yeah, up top, looking for that height as well.
He's got like no pace.
That's what I said.
He's got no pace.
Exactly what I said, and that's why I try and play as Manchester United myself on FIFA. I actually go completely against the Bucks and choose City on head-to-head sometimes, which, sorry to my fellow Manchester United fans out there, but I just can't use Ibra. He's so slow, and I'm a player that likes my pace. Well,
Aguero's not really got that much pace.
Just more than Zlatan.
Better than Zlatan.
More than Zlatan.
Zlatan's 35. You got to give him a.
He's doing all right for himself.
Still doing all right. Still going all right.
Rated what he is as well. But this game is it's going to be an interesting one. The Battle of the Swedes, of course. Hortygoose. I've not actually seen either of these players play. So this is a first for me to see these two anyway in the mix and see what they can do, what damage they can do in this loose bracket.
Yeah, it should be good between these two. It's going to be down in the lower bracket again. We'd love to try and get some of these winner brackets on, but obviously it's a case of where they can juggle players, because the tournament's going on right next door, and if we can get them into the position at the right time, it depends. We don't want to slow things down, although now we're at the winner bracket finals for the Xbox. I don't know why we don't have that on the stage.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure maybe that will be held up just a little bit.
You're not slowing anyone down there. You just get, it's like the winner goes to the final, the loser doesn't.
Out there, it's like 6 games going on, and you're running from one screen to another. You see one goes to extra time. You've got a chance to go back to the old one. And yeah, the Xbox One, of course, getting very close towards the final stages. That'll be an interesting one to see. But PlayStation 4, so many players signed up. I think we had over 230 overall coming through, and we're whittling it down here on Saturday, of course. The champion will be crowned today in the best of 5 final, where it will go from PlayStation 4 to Xbox One, vice versa. But we have Jeppstar versus Hortygoose coming up next. And looking at those teams, we've got a lot of Premier League squad, a little bit of Bundesliga in there. Nice stuff. A lot of Premier
League for Jeppstar. Jeppstar's going to be playing in the red, by the way, apparently, from what I've been told. So we'll make sure that. And Hortygoose is going to be in the blue. So I don't know what kit they're going to be using. I'm guessing a Man United kit, since you've got 7 Man United players.
Maybe it is.
Would not be surprised. But they're kicking off behind us. And it is indeed the Man United away kit, as far as I can tell.
Okay, well, Man United kits. We've got a bit of a Juve badge, Lazio badge popping up as well. But let's focus on Jeppstar in red, Hortygoose in blue. Let's kicking it off, and on your screens, in control at the moment, it is. Yeah, is it Jeppstar? Jeppstar.
I guess it'd be because it's Swedish.
Yeah.
Jeppstar.
Now, on the ball is Shaw down this wing. Not making much of it, straight into the feet of Hortygoose, and see if he can get anything from this counter-attack. Vidal now will be pushing forward. I didn't actually see Vidal. Maybe it's a sudden change, but not finding Lukaku at the top.
No, Vidal was definitely in there at the start, yeah. Fellaini, though, finds Torre, Yaya, the Manchester connection, but not on the right sides of the pitch. Kante through to Fellaini. Fellaini to Zlatan. Doesn't need pace when he's that accurate, and he's got Fellaini feeding him through. It's fell back to Yaya Toure. Back to Zlatan's feet. Toure with the tip away. Zlatan! Ibrahimovic scores, and he gets the dab off in the 9th minute of this lower bracket matchup.
My goodness, what a clinical way to open this. That was literally pass, 1-2, slick play. And in all honesty, Hortygoose left a bit flat-footed. He couldn't find anything there in the defense. Well, we'll have to answer back here as we're only 10 minutes in. He's got time on his side, but that's about it at the moment, as we do see the attack coming in once again from Jeppstar. Coming down this wing, firing fast is Martial. Holding it back for sure. Losing out there, but will just regain with the throw-in. That's going to go between this combo. He's going to find Fellaini in the middle. Out to Toure, back to Fellaini now. Can he make it two? Looking to maybe whip one in for Luke Shaw. Oh, beats two players there. Finds one in the middle again. He's just not losing this. Finally goes through to the keeper, which palms it away. Jeppstar's in trouble here.
Not so much Jeppstar. Jeppstar's winning. Hortygoose, sorry, is in trouble, yeah. Zlatan almost managed to bobble his second goal in there past De Gea, which is quite ironic in the forward for Manchester United. Pogba can't get the ball off big Fellaini. And Smalling starts to get involved, pushing forward. Martial saying, no, calm down, son. Get back in defence, Smalling. Zlatan's actually dropped back to cover off Smalling's run. Now Zlatan to Fellaini. Finds Zlatan once again. He's got a chance at a shot. Oh, he tried to pass it. He surely should have just gone for goal. Willian off the side there. Wasn't able to receive the ball. And now Bailey's trying to cut off Hazard's run.
Hazard still on the ball. Trying to go by the byline in close, and he skimmed past the head of two players. Finds its way right to the back there, and somehow not in the back of the net. And on the screens, Martial's just going to lose out. Willian regains. Valencia coming into play as well. And now an attack's going to come in for Hortygoose straight away. Taken away, and now a bit of shirt pulling there from Fellaini. Something you see more than once from the man. Gets physical sometimes in the middle of the pitch, shall we say. Throwing his weight around and still on the ball. It is going to be coming in, and he'll be looking for a bit of silky skill there.
Oh, nice.
Just loses out there. Nice defending from Hortygoose.
A little too far for Willian there. Jeppstar running it into the corner. Hazard has to play it back to Alaba, but he's lost out again. Zlatan picks up the ball in the middle of the park as Yaya Toure lays it back. Toure making one of those big long bursting runs that he tends to play, and the ball almost fell to Zlatan, and this time it has. He's got himself a position to try and lay it off. Zlatan! Oh, it's over this time. Deflected by the defender, and Jeppstar all over Hortygoose here.
Yeah, he keeps finding a way with Zlatan. He doesn't need speed. He just seems to be finding the space and utilising it, and he's going by the byline. Finds another. This should be two. It is number two, and it's none other than the man. Here's Zlatan, pops it in there. Oh, I don't know. Oh, I thought it was offside by the judgment of his face there, but no. 2-0, 30 minutes have passed. And the Swede up front doing damage.
Hortygoose finds himself 2-0 down and hasn't had a shot yet. Lukaku maybe trying to get it working for him to Hazard. Hazard in the box, but he just runs into the defenders. And this Manchester United full lineup, 7 players, are working very well so far for Jeppstar. The chemistry off the chart, it seems, unlike their performances in the Premier League. Willian down the wing, the Chelsea man getting involved. Smalling down to Yaya. Fellaini lays it off. Can't get the ball. He does. He manages to find Willian there. Back across to him as well. Kante cuts it through. The Chelsea connection working well. Zlatan. He's looking for his hat-trick here as he plays it through for Fellaini. Beautiful little one-touch football through the middle, but it's finally run into the wall that is Arturi Vidal.
Jeppstar really does have his play style, and it is that one-touch football, passing through the defence. Fellaini finds Zlatan. Zlatan to Valencia. Valencia through.
Offside, surely.
Surely offside. He was actually quite a while offside. That was Kante. It's going to be just brought back here. as we come up to... Ooh, didn't expect
that.
But
Just a tester.
coming up to the halfway mark. Again, 0 shots on the board. Yeah, for Hortygoose. He needs to change something, whether it's the formation, the players, or simply the tempo of the game.
Controller.
Yeah, change his controller, maybe.
Maybe the batteries are lacking. I don't know. Lag. Oh my God, lag. Online lag. Wait, no, this is a LAN. Can't blame that one. Willian, little slip around there. Kante through to Zlatan. Now Torre finds Fellaini. Back to Ibrahimovic. Everything bouncing off him at the moment. The 1-2 football working really nicely. Lets the ball pass by and tried to bring Luke Shaw into the mix, but it wasn't to be for the left back. Fellaini finds Zlatan once again, but the ball runs on by. And half-time comes in. 2-0 so far. 6 shots, 4 of them on target, 2 of them in the net. Not a single shot by, ironically, Hortygoose, a.k.a. You Suck Balls.
I wasn't going to say it. Well, that's his squad name. And at the moment, he's not really living up to that one. And we're going to see some changes come in. I think more to do with actually the positioning maybe and what they're wanting to do. We see a bit of a change. But Zlatan, the only player on the score sheet, of course, with the double. Will want to be extending that, maybe pick up the hat-trick here. And the advantage is played.
That's why he gets 350k a week.
Exactly.
Gets them goals. Or sometimes not, but at the moment, got himself 2 on the sheet. There's Lukaku. Well, he's got a whole half a pitch ahead of him to try and make something work. He gets the pass through to Hazard. Hazard tries a little spin. It's get his way back to Romelu, puts it into Vidal, and surely a shot away is all he required, but in the end, Petr Cech didn't have anything to worry about.
I think he took a touch too much maybe there. Maybe should have got one of the shots off. It would have been his first, of course. But he's trying to change that now. Shaw strong at the back here, saying no to Willian. Fellaini. Chip through ball. Doesn't look like it's going to make it. And it doesn't, even though the height of Zlatan is on his side. And now played out wide. Has options. Hazard decides to cut back. Kante. Vidal. Oh, that's a tough challenge. That's going to be brought back for a free kick in a dangerous position.
Pogba's not going to take a shot from there. Still no shots at the moment. Hazard, does he fancy it? Gets it through, but no. Boateng trying to chase it down. Instead, Luke Shaw will play it up to Yaya Toure now. On that left wing. Feeds it back to Toure. Through to Martial. He's got bags of pace and he's not afraid to use it, but he's ahead of the play. Slows it down, looks for Zlatan in the box and almost found him, you know. The defender at the last minute getting a touch on there. But the counter now on. Lukaku breaking away. He's got 2 defenders ahead of him. He's beaten away from Fellaini. He's got support arriving in the form of Hazard. Lays it back into the box. Surely they get a shot away. No! It just goes wide for Hortygoose. Not able to find the net.
So close there. Skimmed past the post, but it goes out for the goal kick. And that's going to be Jeppstar kicking things off. Finds Martial on the wing. Back to Fellaini. Fellaini to Shaw. Shaw feeds Martial once again, but he loses out here. The pressure was too much for him there on that wing. And now maybe a counter for Jeppstar. Hortygoose, apologies there. As he finds one in the middle, it's Pogba. He stops, he turns it back. Needs to get a shot off. I think it'll still be only one of maybe 3. It just seems like he's taking too many touches on the ball.
Yeah, that's a good break here. Martial, he's completely done small in. He's going to try and lay it off into the path of the striker, and Yaya Toure will put it in, making it 3-0 for Jeppstar. The Manchester City man gets himself on the score sheet to break up Zlatan Ibrahimovic domination.
Bit of a scrappy goal, but a goal nonetheless here. And you know what, with 25 minutes left on the clock, this is such a mountain to climb here for Hortygoose. He really hasn't had the best game. Sometimes the luck hasn't gone his way, and that's going to be a trip. It's actually going to be pulled back for a free kick, but that's all it's going to be. No cards shown today.
Yeah, no magic sponge required either to fix things up. Oh, that's a nice ball through. Willian looks to cut it back. Little spin of his heels, skips the tackle that didn't come, still did a skip anyway. Valencia takes a clip, and that's a penalty.
I didn't see the tackle.
Yeah, it came in after the ball had gone, yeah. He'd already got the shot away, I think.
The shot was poor.
Or is it? I mean, did he give a penalty? Like, he came...
By the roar of the crowd.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely...
There we go. Can't really complain at that. I'm not sure Emmerich Bailly should be taking this one. Yeah. Zlatan goes for
the hat-trick. Zlatan from the spot goes straight down the middle. That's the cheekiest penalty you're going to score. And Zlatan, of course, gets it through. The Dabby's back. And it's the hat-trick for Jeppstar as he goes 4-0 up.
Very, very convincing here for Jeppstar, and coming into the later stage of the tournaments, these are the games which you expect to be a bit closer, but really showing his dominance, maybe can go far in this tournament. Of course, this is the loser bracket. Loser goes home, but it's only the best. It's only the first game of the best of 3. So Hortygoose not out of it yet, trying to get something. That's going to be something.
That's a pen the other end.
Yeah, a penalty. Maybe a little bit too late into the game when you're 4-0 down, but crazier things have happened.
Well, consolation goal perhaps. Hazard. Oh, just about, you know. Comes in off the woodwork. You don't save those.
Not a chance.
Sneak in the side there. 4-1. All the goals, but as you saw in his face, it is just but a mere consolation at this stage of the game. 15 minutes to go as the Manchester United fans start to come into full tune. Laid back into the box. Surely for Zlatan. Can he get number 4? No. Petr Cech having none of it. De Gea, sorry.
Well, maybe trying to get number 2 on the board. Get a bit of confidence for game number 2. It would help, but wouldn't change the scoreline or the end result, should I say, as Willian whips one in. It's going to the head, but it's going nowhere but to the defence. It's Willian trying to break through here. It's Kante actually on the ball. And just seems to have so much space. He doesn't need to add to the tally, but I'm sure he won't mind. Zlatan with a bit of trickery here, holding that ball up so well. He runs into trouble and almost makes a fool of himself there.
He needs the trickery because he's got no pace. He needs to try and use something. Hazard. Down that left wing once again, cuts inside, finds himself Pogba, back to Vidal, now Lukaku, back to Vidal. Does he fancy the shot? No, of course he doesn't. He doesn't want it. Ibra, long over the head, over the shoulder to Martial, who's way ahead of play right now, waiting for the rest of his team to arrive. He tries to slide it through for Zlatan. He's found it, lays the ball off for Kante. Kante looking to try and set someone up in the box, but Willian can't get past the defender, and Hazard clears the danger.
As the 90th minute looms, we're going to probably get 2 or 3 minutes extra time here. Goals still available for both sides, but at 4-1, you're looking at Jeppstar progress very convincingly here. Maybe number 2 on the cards. Doesn't beat the defense, I say that. Bit of a sloppy defense there. Comes in, he's gonna score!
Oh, wow.
That just sums up his game at the moment. Didn't go your way here in the first. Unfortunately there, Hortygoose will actually find the bottom corner. As I say, with a little lack of enthusiasm, it's the 93rd minute.
Petr Cech looked like he was celebrating the goal himself there, when he went down. 4-2 in the end here, it's going to be. But Hortygoose at least got himself a couple of consolations in the final moments there. But Jeppstar comes out on top with a hat-trick for Zlatan Ibrahimovic. We wondered how he'd work out. Doesn't really have the pace, but certainly has the skill and the talent to get the goals in.
Didn't need the pace, and straight off the bat, it was just kind of ticky-tacky, one-touch football from Jeppstar, and it was very entertaining to watch. Very good to see that it's not just using, say, Bale and Ronaldo powering through, which is obviously a different strategy. But I don't see Jeppstar changing anything. Well, it worked for him. He went 4-0 up quite convincingly. But 2 goals back-to-back for Hortygoose maybe gives him a bit of confidence going into game 2 at least.
Yeah, and could have scored more than 4 easily. Had plenty of chances. Of course, this is a best of 3. If you've just joined us, if you've been with us all day, thank you very much for watching. We have been bringing in the action throughout the FIFA 17 Ultimate Team qualifiers here at DreamHack. Of course, it's all for that place at the regional finals. The winner of both Xbox and PlayStation will be going through, but of course, we are not there yet. The finals that will be happening later on, that's going to be between both Xbox and PlayStation. I'm going to flip a coin to see. It's going to be a best of 5. They're going to be jumping between consoles. It's a very interesting format. We had the same thing at the FIFA Interactive World Cup finals back in March in New York, and it worked very well, surprisingly well. That was only one console apiece. This is going to be a best of 5. This could be epic.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun to say the least. Of course, the two tournaments have been going on side by side at the same time. You know, they've been fighting their way through, and you know, we're already up to the winner bracket final of the Xbox One. We're not just yet there on the PlayStation 4, but these loser bracket games are treating us to a lot of nice football. And talking of nice football, Game 2 is kicking off shortly. Let's hop into the game and see if Jeppstar can finish this in 2. Of course, Jeppstar in the red, Hortygoose in the blue.
Things are livening up here in DreamHack. The stage is lit up once again as we see the strobes going off in the distance. But right here in the stadium, it is Jeppstar versus Hortygoose. And we'll see whether Jeppstar can do it in 2, or whether he needs Hortygoose to bring it back and make it a 3rd game. Kante tries to lose his man, keeps hold of the ball. Torre finds Zlatan! It's there again, isn't it? 4 minutes in. Disallowed. Whew.
And you know what? I was thinking, how come he's shaking his head? That's the reason why. It was taken away. Must have been offside there.
So close as well.
But you know what? It seemed dominant again. One-touch football, confident play. And that man, that is Zlatan, looking to get on that score sheet early on in this game here. On the attack, though, it's coming in from Hortygoose, playing in blue. Lukaku finds Kante. Straight into the hands of Petr Cech. And released very quickly here into the defense. Hortygoose maybe finds something. Something he couldn't do was take the lead in the previous game. He's managed to beat one, actually put one on the floor. That was Smalling, but he's back up and he's back in the action. As he just plays from the back, finds Fellaini. Fellaini looking for that long ball for Martial, but intercepted in the middle of the park. And back in the hands of Hortygoose.
Yeah, Hazard making his way through. Vidal not able to connect the pass, though. Zlatan finds Willian. He's got a lot of work to do to hold up the ball. Support from Valencia as they work this right wing approach. Torre back to Valencia, back and forth. Pulls in Zlatan once again as Kante now finds himself some space in the middle. Zlatan offside, just holding off the marker right now. And he can't get the ball through to him. It's won back by Hortygoose as they keep the possession. You can see pass percentage very high here in the opening 15 minutes, as you would expect, between two high-class teams. Lukaku making a bit of a run, an uncharacteristic burst of run through the middle, something we don't see too often. Willian can't get past his two defenders, and it's going to be Martial that will clear the danger.
Big tackle coming in, and now releases the big man up front, but the pace is not there. He's taken off the ball. He's going to have to reset, jog back to the middle, and maybe look to intercept this as Lukaku pushing forward. He doesn't have much help. He's got some coming in from the middle. Hazard to his left, looking to go alone, passed it into the middle, passed it straight into the defense. And Jeppstar, he'll happily take those all day, every day. Still, though, we remain at 0-0. 20 minutes into the game. 100% passing for Torre and Pogba.
Yeah, I was just about to say we've not seen a great deal from Pogba so far, but this is a great little run from Lukaku. Just tries to go a little bit too far, though. Kante back to Willian, through to Zlatan. Back up to Willian. Now he's got himself some space. He can run with it, knock the ball forward and beat his marker maybe. Lays it into Fellaini. Valencia comes in to Martial. Martial sidesteps. Zlatan wants it. He demands it, but he won't get it as Pogba gets it clear, and now the counter up the other end as Willian tries to break through from the defender. He's going to cut inside in a moment, and that's what he's trying to predict. Finds the pass through and manages to keep the ball. Gets it through to Lukaku in the box. Back to Vidal. Vidal loses it. The pass goes astray, and Fellaini breaks back away.
Yeah, Hortygoose put a lot into that attack, and now maybe we'll pay in defense here. Zlatan making moves. Fellaini's going to slip up. The ball's loose for a good couple of seconds there before Hortygoose sweeps that away, and now he can go for an attack of his own. Lukaku muscling away there into the defense. Has to track back, though. Play the possession game. Pushing forward now. Hortygoose. Can he take the lead here in this game? Looking to find one. Just find none other than Lukaku. He can fire it from outside the box. Straight down the middle, though. Will find Petr Cech, and now out for a corner.
33 minutes gone. Hortygoose definitely putting more pressure on this game than he did in the last. Collecting those 2 confident goals at the end of the last match. Now he's got Boateng. Finds his feet for Lukaku. Lukaku through to Hazard. Hazard buys a little bit of time and finds Kante, his former teammate, on the left side. Oh, I tried a little rainbow flick and it almost works out for him, but Valencia having none of it. It's gone loose, it's in the box, and it's just bumbled wide off the defender. I think it was Smalling's legs maybe that blocked it.
Yeah, nearly went in for the own goal, coming in from the rainbow flick, but no. Safe hands for Petr Cech there, as he edges ever so close to his goal line, but he keeps it in. And as we hit the 40-minute mark, still 0-0 on the scoreline. If you just joined us, Jeppstar took game number 1 in very convincing fashion, eventually 4-2. 2 penalties came in that game. Can't say the same here, but now Zlatan got a hat-trick previously. At the moment he's firing blanks in this one. From the back, Lukaku with the 1-2. Vidal, Lukaku, Willian. Making a bit of a break, looking for the teammates. He's going to find Lukaku on the edge of the box. Trying to cut inside, not going to find anything as Fellaini comes back to defend.
Sometimes it looks so easy for us to watch this and see the right move and see the right play, and often it can be frustrating maybe if you just see this moment and think, why didn't you pass it there? But it's very different when you're in control, when you're on that stage. You've got the pressure on you in this tournament format to make that exact right decision, and that's obviously what separates the goods from the greats. And at the moment, it is Jeppstar in control. He lays it forward for Fellaini in the box, but the last little tackle comes through there. It's half-time, and you can see it's been a miserable first half for both teams. Just 3 shots across the board for both of them. A real midfield defensive battle back and forward, as nobody really able to get a shot in anger away.
Well, will the second half bring any drama? Will it bring goals? Fingers crossed it will. Jeppstar wanting to end this in 2. Hortygoose wanting to push this to that final map. Final game, of course. Williano on the wing. He has options in the middle, but Zlatan's a little bit slow to the party and couldn't get away that cross. Making use of Petr Cech in goal. Oh, that's a mistake. Straight into the middle. He's going to find Ibra. Just wide of the target. I tell you what, Hortygoose would have been kicking himself if that was to go in.
Well, we saw the big error come in the last matchup, of course. Figo picking up the pieces from Kego Kongen, and really that was the difference. We've got to hope that Hortygoose doesn't fall prey to the same problems. Long-range effort. Going to go wide there from Pogba. We've seen him score some crackers, but not so much in this game. So far, Jeppstar holding on to the draw, keeping himself alive. Hortygoose, he needs to get a goal here. He needs to get something going to get his tournament salvaged from this lower bracket as he finds the ball through. Vidal tries a little spin, a pirouette, finds Pogba, great through ball into the back of Alaba. I think it was that put it in the net in the end there. No, yeah, it was Alaba. Alaba bungled it in just past Petr Cech and manages to finally get a lead for Hortygoose. Holy Ghost.
Well, he breaks the deadlock.
Hortygoose.
And it comes from Alaba, a player you probably don't expect to be putting him in the back of the net, but making full use of all 11 players here. And for the first time here, Hortygoose actually in the lead. Of course, Jeppstar wanting to answer back quickly, looking to do so. Finds one in the middle. This could be in the back of the net. Oh, no! Denied from the keeper. I think he thought it was going down in that bottom left. Could have been, should have been, but the outstretched hands of De Gea puts it out for a corner.
Corner swinging in. It's going to be picked up easily by De Gea. Holding the lead now. Does Hortygoose go defensive? That's the question. Does he hold off from Jeppstar as he keeps the pressure on. Jeppstar tries to feel a bit of play, but you're feeling that Hortygoose has started to loosen up a little now. Loosen up the goose and get himself a little bit more time on the ball as he passes it around a lot nicer. That's a adventurous through ball at best, but he will manage to come out on top with it. Vidal lays it back to Alaba, the goal scorer. Tries to lay inside to Kante. Now Kante finds Lukaku, tried to turn and run, but it was well read by Bailey. And Martial now set free to Zlatan, the goal scorer, the hat-trick scorer from the first game, but so far yet to get himself on the board. Willian let loose, cuts inside, tries to look for the pass, finds himself a chance at Boateng. Zlatan turns, but he can't get the shot away, and it's cleared the danger to Willian down the right.
The double block coming in there, and that's going to be muscled out for a throw-in, still in favour of Hortygoose. A much better performance here. Around this time in the last game, he was 4-0 down. This time he leads by 1. Lukaku. Pogba. Kante back to Vidal. Doesn't find Lukaku up front, and this time now, Jeppstar is the one chasing the game, and he's going to try and find that. Fellaini making a big rush through the middle. We have another tracking back, Valencia. Trying to do some damage, maybe whipping it in from the corner. A lot of players prefer to pass it in, but sometimes the danger is you'll pass it straight to the opposition, which was done then, and now the counter-attack is on.
Well, Hazard's got himself some space and had a little bit of gap to run with it, but actually checked his run and gave the chance for Jeppstar to get back involved. Willian now on the opposite side, down the wing. He's absolutely knackered. Zlatan's got bags of energy, but he can't run for God, for love nor money. Zlatan back in the box. All he needs to do is get a shot away, swing that big leg of his, but it's not going to work out. And now Hazard, look at the space he has. Smalling comes across, and would you believe it, wins the ball back. Hazard just had to skip past him and it clean through. You can see the pressure on the players though. No energy left. Everybody sprinting full tilt. Yaya back to Fellaini. Fellaini through the side to Martial. Martial tries the return ball, gets it to Fellaini. Zlatan fights, looks for Willian, but it's cut out by Vidal. And again, he's just not allowing him to pass and go.
Fantastic defense work there from Hortygoose, and now maybe looking to add and put the nail in the coffin. Going down the wing, he's going to find one. That's going to be Hazard, cutting inside. He has options. He goes for the high. He's in! Goalie!
2-0.
Right over the keeper's hands, and that surely will be pushing it to a game number 3. Hortygoose performing much better. It comes from Pogba. The head of Pogba. A much convincing game here from Hortygoose, and he'll be pleased with himself.
It's a win-win situation for the Manchester United fans, as both teams playing in home and away. But it's Hortygoose that is 2-0 up, with a much better performance in the second game, no doubt about it. It was a drubbing in the first, could have been much more, but it was 4-2 in the end. But 2-0 here for Hortygoose. He's kept a clean sheet so far with just 5 minutes remaining on the clock. Jeppstar pushes forward, foul not given. Martial not going to get that return ball from Zlatan as it goes off. Pogba, the goal scorer, through to Lukaku. And you know, we haven't seen too many of those headed goals actually coming from the crosses. It's nice to be able to see that. It's nice that we have the addition and the possibility to do it more than anything. FIFA 17 definitely opened up a lot of opportunities for players to give themselves some real chances and be creative in the game and play the match as they feel. Pogba to Kante. Kante back to Pogba through the middle. Continues to run the clock down as we hit the 90th minute mark. There's only going to be around 3 or 4 minutes extra time. It's 2, in fact. No Fergie time here.
We go out to the wide. Maybe looking to add number 3 onto the tally. He cuts inside. He just needs the right foot and outstretched arm there. Better check. Keeps his team in the game, but at the 92nd minute won't change the result. And there is the final whistle. 2-0 to Hortygoose as he takes a deep breath and prepares himself for game 3. And ironically, overall, over the 2 games, both teams scoring 4 apiece. I think it is the only fair way to settle this in a game number 3.
Yeah, solid performance, and actually, even if we were to take aggregate, would be equal at 4-4.
Yeah.
So it's just all down the wire here. A much better performance from Hortygoose. He looked a completely different player from the first game, honestly. I don't know what it was. Maybe sometimes you just have those games, you just don't feel comfortable. It may have been that. Maybe he's just, I don't know, sussed out exactly what Jeppstar's doing. Obviously trying to get the ball to Zlatan, crowd out Zlatan. Zlatan, the man that scored so many goals, couldn't get a shot away this time around.
He really couldn't. He couldn't get the space at all. And you've got to say for Hortygoose, he adapted. He adapted to the play style of Jeppstar. But going into game 3, does Jeppstar, does he say, you know what, Zlatan's not working, do I change things up? Has he got the options to do that in his team? We'll have to wait and see. But Hortygoose, to come back from 4 goals down to technically score 4 in a row over the space of 2 games, it really does show composure. But that first game, it had penalties, it had everything in. Second one was just a bit more one-sided. Jeppstar really didn't get off to, I say, the greatest start or the end. He really didn't kind of show up in that second match.
I mean, the ultimate choice is, what do you do now? Do you change your team? How do you change it? Because it worked well for Jeppstar in the first game. It worked well for Hortygoose in the second game. And from what we could tell, there wasn't too many adjustments. I think Hortygoose maybe adjusted his tactic, and it clearly seemed to work a little bit better there. They just need to get back to it.
I think that was it. It was, as you said, D-Man, before, just kind of shutting down Zlatan. Don't give him space. Double up on him if needs be. And close him down. Let's just see if there are any changes, of course. We'll try and point them out. But straight off the bat, I did notice one team, I believe it was Jeppstar, actually starting on defensive.
Well, there you go. There's the teams going across the middle there. Petr, Valencia, Bailey, Smalling, Shaw, Kante, Toure, Fellaini, Willian, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, and Martial, of course. That's for Jeppstar. For Hortygoose, it is going to be De Gea in goal, Valencia, Smalling, Boateng, and Alaba across the back four. Kante, Pogba, and Vidal in the midfield, with Willian on the wing, Lukaku up the middle, and Hazard on the left. Standard, same teams across the board. Let's see who's going to come out on top.
Stick to what they know, as they say. And here we are, 5 minutes into the game. They're settled. They know the play styles of each other. Who will be the one to break that deadlock, to put the first ball in the back of those nets? Ibra on the ball. It looks like he's playing a little bit more defensive, with Ibra in particular, maybe trying to create that space for himself. Ball drops at his feet. We know he can hit it from outside the box. He beats one. He could go for a shot. He lays it off to another. Valencia! That's an early goal. That's coming from Jeppstar. And again, the dab. He likes his celebrations. But a great play. It came from the man who scored 3 in the first.
Cracking goal.
Coming from Valencia, of all players. You don't see that often.
No, you don't see that too often, but solid goal, and Jeppstar gets himself off the mark early, and that's got to be a bit of a confidence booster for you. For the man that struggled, honestly, to find the net in the last match. Struggled to get a shot away. Very different for him here, playing from left to right in the home strip of Manchester United against the away strip of Hortygoose in Manchester United colours as well. Both clearly United fans, God help them, and their choices in life. I mean, where did you go wrong?
It's just what I was brought up with. It's where I'm from, just supporting the home club. However, he's got a cross! Oh my goodness. Inches away. One toe would have done the job, put it in the back of the net and leveled things up. That's unfortunate there for Hortygoose. And Jeppstar will not only stay in the lead, he'll have the attack, and it's coming from Zlatan. He has one on the wing. Yes, he has two, as Shaw backs him up. Shaw falls with very little to do. Martial back in the action. Zlatan beats one. Can he put it across goal? Is he going alone? He's back. He's passed two, but he puts it on the left foot. He gets a corner. That's all it'll be.
Yeah, shot blocked. Corner comes in, looking for that early header. It's a corner again. De Gea keeps it out. Trying this time for a deeper one, looking for Fellaini. Can't find him. Hazard gets the danger cleared. Up to Lukaku. Now Willian breaking free, and if he can get past his defender, he's home free, really. He tries to tap forward, but what is Smalling doing all the way back there?
I think he's been set to stay back and defend. A strategy clearly implemented by Jeppstar. Martial, though, He's having none of that.
Muscling him off.
Bit of a scuffle on the wing, and I tell you
what,
he's done it back. He's beaten one, he puts it into the middle.
Oh, my word! Zlatan pulls it wide.
I'm questioning why that wasn't a complete opposite.
Wow.
You know, right foot, bottom left. He chooses left foot, bottom right. Goes wide. And it stays at 1-0.
This game could be put to bed already at 2-0. You don't tend to give those leads away, but at the moment, just the one goal is still a dangerous scoreline as Hortygoose pushes forward. Pogba finds Vidal. Vidal gives the ball away. Possession gifted across to Jeppstar here as Zlatan puts Kante through. Kante with bags of pace finds Willian, slows it down, gets it back to Zlatan. Might try and cut inside, looking for Kante. Wants to get the return ball, but can't get past the defender as they put it out for another corner.
Gonna whip this one in. This isn't coming close. Looking for the head of Zlatan, maybe. Tall players in abundance there. However, this could be a great counter-attack. Lukaku's got the ball and he's got one pushing forward. Hazard doesn't even get a touch into the game here as Zlatan finds himself with the ball at his feet.
Smashed off the ball, honestly. Hazard gets it back through to Lukaku now. Hazard with the return. Looking for possibly Kante in the middle there. Hazard, oh, it's a great cross. Surely, could it get met by the head? No. Defender Cleese. Luke Shaw now puts it through for Ibrahimovic. Zlatan to Yaya. Two big men in the middle. Kante giving the support that he needs to his forwards as Willian cuts it back to Fellaini, and Kante back involved again to Zlatan now. Kante again. Everything playing off him at the moment. Zlatan through. Finds it back to Kante, might fancy the shot himself. He's won it again, but he just can't get clear, can't get the shot off. And it's cleared once again by Hortygoose.
Much better defending there coming from Hortygoose, not giving him an inch or a bit of breathing space here. And now plays it back to the left back that is Alaba. Vidal, Lukaku. Vidal's actually making a run through the middle. He needs the support, trying a bit of one-touch passing. And Lukaku stopped, but it does fall at the feet. The advantage was played, but it's drawn back for the free kick. Will we see the shot coming in from Pogba? It looks likely. No, he's always just passed it straight to the wall.
That's not really when you're going to pass it straight to the wall like that. I'm pretty much sure he made a mistake there. Probably pressing X, trying to flick through the menus.
Too quickly.
Yeah, and then just hit too many times. And it's just, it happens sometimes, happens to us all. And a bad time for it to happen. That was a bad foul there. And now a free kick. Possibly. Pretty sure Bailey's not going to be taking it. It's going to switch. So, is Zlatan going to set himself up? Is he going to go for the corner? No. It's going to be a fake. Martial tried to dribble it through to Zlatan, but it hits the wall again.
Yeah, a lot of these professional players opting for not shooting with the free kicks. Going for the safe option. He just runs that one out for the throw-in. Not what you want to do when you're 1-0 down. And at this moment in time, Jeppstar, for me, just needs to go into the half, keep the lead, keep composed. That's what he's looking to do. However, Hortygoose has something else on his mind as he pushes down the wing. Vidal bounces back to him, finds Kante. Lukaku as well, finds Pogba. A chance, muscled away.
You don't out-muscle Yaya Toure.
No, you don't. There's very few can contest with him. But yet to have a shot.
Just 3 shots for Jeppstar there, though, as well. Got the goal, though. That's what counts. And could we see a close-run affair, or will Hortygoose get himself one back on the board as we run the clock down in the second half now? Toure wins it back to Fellaini now, across to Willian. Finds Zlatan in the box. That's the man he wanted, but again, can't pull the trigger. And now it's a real good chance of the through ball. Lukaku, he's got Smalling ahead of him. Bailey trying to keep the wall at bay, and Willian not able to get past Bailey.
Not this time. He's going at this defence, but there is a lot of a defence. He finds a gap. However, pounced on by the keeper there. Safe hands, distributed well. And now Jeppstar just playing it a little bit slower here in the midfield, taking control of the game. The possession is key. Keeping it away from the opposition as he finds Fellaini in the middle. Fellaini to Yaya. 1-2. Finds himself with the ball at his feet once again. And there he finally does get muscled off the ball, actually. Has options to his right. He's going to use them. Coming in from Willian Kante. Willian. Back to Vidal. Vidal through the middle. Finds the gap again. I've got to say, Valencia's been caught out twice now there. But the keeper too quick.
Yeah, one of those may well sneak their way through in a minute. That's a couple of times he's tried that. And the defense has been pulled apart by it. But luckily the keeper fast off his lines. Now Kante through to Fellaini. Looking for Zlatan. He's made the run, but it's still a long way to go with 4 players ahead of him. A lot of work. Defensive play coming out from Jeppstar here at the moment. Sitting back, accepting the pressure from Hortygoose. It's a dangerous game to play sometimes. You can get caught out by it with just 30 minutes to go here in the game. Chance here for Hazard to lay something across. The header off the woodwork, I think, there. In the end, gets cleared. And now back to Lukaku. Gets himself a bit of clear space. Finds Kante. Kante not having a great deal of success for Hortygoose as he is for Jeppstar, but now Martial breaking away once again down that left. Cuts back to try and take the player on again. And it goes off for a throw.
Yeah, he could have maybe made a run, but I think the move was made by Jeppstar there. A little bit too late. Of course, playing in the red. Here's Jeppstar in the lead he is. And this is a loser bracket game. It's game 3, a best of 3. Loser of this does go home. Jeppstar looking to stay in the tournament. Finding one on the wing. Back in the middle. Zlatan unable to do anything. And now this is a real chance. He's on his own, but it's Vidal. Now has teammates pushing up with him. Opts for the slower pace. Finds gaps in the middle. It's going to be Pogba. He's got a couple in the middle as well. Opts for it, but only grabs a corner. Strong defense from Jeppstar once again.
Yeah, gets it clear. Pogba came to the rescue in game number 2 from the header and almost got another. And that would have been the equaliser that Hortygoose is desperately looking for. Pogba, once again, this time through the wing. Lukaku to Willian, back to Lukaku. Free in the box, but he goes for the pass instead of the shot. And Fellaini will run it clear. Now Kante for Jeppstar. The game starting to open up here in the final 20. As we push through, Zlatan down to Yaya Toure. Zlatan making the run. He goes back to Fellaini. Out to Willian, not able to find the pass. And Hazard slows things down a little for Hortygoose.
Still just under 20 minutes left in-game to make something happen here. He needs to do it now. Hortygoose, whether he pushes more forward, he's going to find one on the wing, but that's a big defense run here. Coming in for Smalling. He's going to lose that out. He goes into the middle. It goes over the top and still in the mix here. Headed out, but headed straight into the feet. And back to Vidal. Vidal finds Lukaku. Trying to find space, but again, it's too strong. The defense comes off better. And Jeppstar finds a little bit of a gap here, but it's coming back at him. The attack is not done yet.
Hortygoose trying, but not working for those through balls. Fellaini cuts it out. Now Willian brings the ball forward, runs that clock down. Just 10 minutes remaining for Hortygoose to get himself an equaliser. And the back 4 play it, keep that possession for Jeppstar as it sits there in the lower bracket. Winner will be out of the tournament. Loser goes through. Winner, sorry, goes through to the loser bracket. 3rd round or 4th round. I'm not even sure where we are now. It's been a long day, boys.
Progressing nicely, though, as these guys try and stay in the tournament. Jeppstar, if he bags one now, it'll all be done. 83 minutes have been played, 7 to play. The additional time will be added on. And now on the attack, Hortygoose. Vidal has the ball at his feet, looking for that 1-2. Doesn't get the return. And it's played once again to the big man. Zlatan finds Fellaini. Fellaini back to Zlatan. Not going to make it through this time. And I think you can see from the play style, the way the players for Jeppstar are. They're sitting back. They're happy to defend. Well, rightly so.
Rightly so indeed. Like you say, he's got to attack. It's now or never. And it's just going to go back the other way. Still sitting in the half, building up this play, but he's lost out the ball, and Willian has managed to find his way to Martial. Zlatan up to Fellaini. 89th minute and counting. Jeppstar on the attack with Fellaini. Zlatan trying to position himself in the middle. Just 2 minutes is all that's going to be given extra time here as they try and push forward, but it's Jeppstar that keeps the possession. And it's Jeppstar that will be going through. Lays it across to Martial! Oh, off the woodwork in the final seconds. Would have made it 2, but I think the damage was done already early on. Zlatan back in. Are they going to let one loose in the final seconds? It's all over. Jeppstar takes down Hortygoose, and a cracking match. And it's Jeppstar that comes out on top once again.
Would have been a nice way to finish it with a cheeky chip, but not needed. 1-0 is the final scoreline. If you did miss the first 2 games, it ended 4-2. A couple of penalties, one either side in game 1. Second game, Hortygoose actually came out and dominated 2-0. Again, very low amount of shots for both of the squads. And then that final game was 1-0. Jeppstar progressing through.
Yeah, solid stuff overall. No doubt about it, Phil. And we're going to go check out exactly what is going on in the tournament area after this one.
Yeah, so after this quick break, we'll be back
Phil.
to see what happens. Of course, Joe has been out. Guys, welcome back. Bit of a confusion there. I believe we do have a bit of a roaming camera actually out in the tournament area, which we are going to see, which for me is the exciting part. It's amongst a lot of the players who are getting very emotional, hyped up, and we'll be having a bit of a special guest a little bit later here. But as the game has ended, a lot of the crowd has gone out. Usually we're having a packed house for the main stage, but Jeppstar does progress through. We're going to get more and more, of course, into this tournament and see how this pans out. But a bit unfortunate for Hortygoose. He's going to fall out of this tournament. A little bit too soon for him. I'm sure he wanted to stay in this a little bit longer.
Yeah, I mean, Hortygoose goes out. Obviously, we've got a lot of players still to go through. A lot of you guys in the crowd ready and waiting for this one. Do feel free to give us a wave, guys. You are on camera. You are being watched by the stream. There we go. You are alive. It's good to see you not just sitting down for a quick break away from your computers. But joining us now is a man from Zowie. Obviously, BenQ Zowie. You guys have been around for a long time in the game industry. I've got a Zowie keyboard myself, actually, by the way. The old Steel Cat one. It's a quality keyboard. But we're here to talk about your monitors, I believe.
Yeah.
Would you introduce yourself? What is your name?
Okay, my name is Eno, and I'm from BenQ Zowie. I'm in charge of the global business of the esports gaming gears and monitors. And nice to meet you, everyone, and the fans of FIFA.
Yeah, you guys, obviously, when you first launched the gaming monitors, it was under the branch of, is it BenQ or Benk?
BenQ.
It is BenQ. I've always said BenQ, and then someone said Benk to me earlier. I was like, have I been saying it wrong all this time? I just had to question myself. But you guys have changed, obviously, to Zowie. Why is that exactly?
Actually, Zowie was a brand focused on the esports, especially PC esports gears. And BenQ, we focus on the monitors. And we have been cooperating for several years in the past. And so in year 2010, we developed first worldwide #1, the 120 Hz esports gaming monitor. And after several years cooperation, we think the two brands can have a better alignment and strategy together. So in last year, we decided to acquire Zowie. And Zowie now will be represent whole the esports product line in BenQ. So Zowie is a brand by BenQ. Represent all the esports devices like monitor, like gaming gear, gaming mouse, mouse pad. So make it more focused and clear to our target audience.
Ah, good.
And a quick question from myself, obviously with the BenQ Zowie brand name and your focus into esports now, what can gamers expect to see on your brand?
Okay. Actually, the brand spirits and the philosophy is very different compared with other brands. Because for BenQ Zowie, we only care and we only focus on the esports. And so for now, you can see that for monitor, we have two dedicated product lines. XL series for the PC esports and RL series for the console esports. So in the console tournament like FIFA, like Street Fighter, you will see our RL series monitor to facilitate those kind of console tournaments. And for the PC esports tournament, you will see our XL series.
Right,
that's a major difference.
Which I have at home. By the way, just thought I'd put it out there. Use them myself.
Yeah.
Obviously, we honestly been around esports for a long time. There is a lot of products out there. What is it that's differentiating you guys to those other organizations in esports?
I think the major difference is the philosophy and spirits of the brand itself. And we only focus on esports. So all the design details, we want to deliver the best in-game play experience to the players and gamers. So the players, they play, they want to have a smooth experience. They want to have a good picture quality, clarity. They want to have the comfort image for long-time usage. That's why we focus on the esports, and we know what kind of the esports players they want to have. So our product can deliver those features and those benefits to the players. Yeah, that's the main.
And one thing as well is obviously there are a lot of brands in monitors. What's kind of the core, if you like, of your design in the BenQ Zowie? What's the core design of that?
I think there are several key elements of the BenQ Zowie. The first, very important, is that we only focus on esports. This is the first one. And second one is that we want to deliver the best in-game play experience. Yeah. And so, talking about smooth experience, the clarity, and all the design details, like the no shining screen.
The gloss,
like the all eye care comfort related design to make sure you can play for a long time, you can practice for a long time. Those are all the gaming related design for the gamers need. Yeah, that's our major differentiation.
Well, we are certainly using those monitors throughout this tournament. So thank you very much for joining us, Enoch. It's a pleasure to have you guys here, and it's a pleasure to have you guys throughout esports for so many years.
Thank you, guys. And FIFA, Viva, Viva.
Yeah.
Welcome back, everyone, to DreamHack Winter 2016 and the FIFA Ultimate Team Qualifier. We're going to be moving on a little bit here in just a second, but of course, first of all, we want to check up on what's been going on. And I tried to do the job that you've been so capable of doing, Phil, and all that happened is I went out there and I got caught in a bit of a drama storm.
Okay.
Really? What drama?
Drama storm.
Tell us.
See, I couldn't quite get the full story because there were just hundreds of people walking around and I'm too nice to push my way in so I could listen, right? But apparently there was a rematch play because someone actually purchased another player outside of the squad that they already had, registered this morning.
Yeah.
So apparently there was a rematch there. I couldn't get close enough because there were at least 30 people huddled around. So I was just listening to the rumors.
Come on, you're Joe Miller. I'm Joe Miller. Get out of the way.
I'm just not journalist enough, apparently, for that one, or ginger enough, and they're just scared and they're like, ugh.
Push out the way.
Everybody steps away from it. Nobody wants to catch it.
Exactly. I have a little bit in the beard, though. That's I've caught it. But guys, let's move on from that.
She got close to him. That's all it is.
And take a look at the PlayStation 4 brackets and how they stand right now. Obviously, we are getting deeper and deeper in. Basically, a lot of stuff is there already. I think we knew.
Yeah, I think we saw.
I think we knew all of this before. Yeah. Anika and Marcus, obviously, in the top side of the upper bracket, semi-final. And on the bottom side is Boris Legend.
Oh, Lucas Senior lost
versus Yoshi. Yeah, I think that was the one that we were missing out in there.
That means Lucas Senior plays Albaca, I think, in the lower bracket. Does that mean?
Well,
let's find
out.
out.
You should say that because we can take a little bit of a look. No, Albaca's above it.
Okay, he's in the other side.
So yeah, Wiki is playing right now. I know Wiki beat the kid in the round before, which was good for him. However, bottom side is still very juicy because Kevin Isaiah is waiting either Jeppstar or Zimmer, which I would presume would be Zimmer just from form that we've seen.
Man. Jeppstar looked all right there, but Zimmer lost that game early on to Manika, but Manika's setting the world alight at the top there at the moment.
Yeah,
Manika's looking good.
Yeah, looking good for Millennium, isn't he? He said, I think he is.
For Millennium, yeah, very confident. He didn't even concede against Albaca, and it's going to be tough, but I think I'd edge towards maybe Zimmer on that one, on the lower side, but definitely a lot of juicy players in the lower bracket, and some you wouldn't expect to be there.
Well, that's what we were talking about, right? That, we can name maybe four guys to go through to the upper bracket semi-final. If one of them drops down somewhere, then it causes all kinds of chaos going through them. But let's have a look at the Xbox and see how things are going there. That's what we'll be moving on to in just a little bit of a while. And of course, we're all the way up here, less players in Xbox, into the upper bracket final, which will be Aga from Paris Saint-Germain against Sneaky from Epsilon, but also technically representing AS Monaco, yeah. And the interesting thing there is that neither player have lost a single match.
And they're going to be on the stage and on the screen in just a moment, so do not go anywhere. That's going to be happening. Down in the lower bracket, though, things are definitely getting interesting. Marco Vassini knocking out Cruyff early on. We saw that one. Flago went through. We saw that game as well. Cracking game, that one, Flago versus Kebler Kongen.
Have you forgot it?
I forgot already.
Kebler Kongen.
Kegler Kongen, yeah. Haas, though, in awaiting, and Kes Brown as well awaiting his player.
Yeah.
Nilla versus Aloes, probably a good game going on. I'm going to go try and check that one out.
Yeah, there's a lot of good games there as well as we get towards that. We really are in the final stages, actually, of the Xbox tournament. Just a quick update on the rules. I'm not sure if you guys mentioned this before, but we'll do it now anyway. Because of the upper bracket, lower bracket system, of course, the upper bracket winner, when we get to the grand final, has to have an advantage, which means that the person coming from the lower bracket won't have to only win one best of three. They'll have to win two best of threes in the final.
It's that. I was wondering, I was like, please say it's going to be one extra game. Please say it's going to be one extra game. Please say they've got one extra game. No, it's a double best of three thing.
Well, it's one extra game of best of three.
Which means it could go for a very long time.
It could be 6 games.
I'm pumped up. I've had some nuts.
At least it's not
mixture of cashews and peanuts.
It's not bananas
at that
this
point.
time.
Not bananas. I'm all bananaed out after the last 2 days.
Yeah.
So I decided a bit more, bit of nutty fruit. All better for that one.
It's good to know you've been nibbling nuts in the break.
Exactly. Definitely time well spent there as I shied away from the drama, that was happening backstage. But guys, we are going to get into the next game. It means we say goodbye to Lee. We'll send him off to be a better journalist than I am and be back with the upper bracket final from Xbox.